what were some of your favorite memories of the Victory Bowl and of the season as a whole?
Favorite memories of the Victory Bowl and the season as a whole. That's so many. I think one of the things just to capitalize all of it is just the relationships with the players. We have an outstanding group of young men who are humble and hungry to be the best person they can every day. They're not perfect. None of us are perfect, but there's an intentional effort that they have about stepping on the field, getting through the soreness, the strain, all the clutter that happens for a college football player, and to step forward with it. And I think I take from the whole season is just there was a day-by-day work ethic that they said, let's focus on what's at hand. And so that was one of my favorite moments. I think, coming to the Victory Bowl, to be able to play a near-perfect game, as their last game of the season, it's what you want. We're always talking about them as just every single week getting better, growing. And I think what we're trying to teach these young men is just grow as a person every single day. We don't ever arrive. We don't exist in winning and losing. It's just we're going to focus on the process, the core values, and just being the best person we can be with the opportunities at hand. They did that this Victory Bowl, which I'm really proud of them.
And Coach, you evaluate your team on both sides of the ball, beginning with the defense. What made it so effective? And based on what you have coming back, what do you like about the group moving forward?
I'd say that there was some good veteran leadership inside the system that provided the opportunity to expand some of the things we want to do, to be able to install a game plan that, while it was maybe just it wasn't necessarily far from what we believe to be our core tenets of our defense. There was this unique game planning issues that we could do, knowing that the seniors on there that were able to grab a hold of the information quickly and then also disseminate it to the rest of the team. But there was the defense. I think there's just a passion that they had just to play defense, tough defense, get the ball back. You got to see throughout the whole season that there was a conviction they had. Now, there's so many great moments and so many great achievements this defense did, but I also look at those low moments of when maybe they gave up a quick drive, but they got quickly back on the horse and got after it again. And so they never really got stuck in the mud when something bad did happen. So they quickly got back to who they are, got back to what the goals were set, and the passion and the conviction of this defense, which is getting that ball back, and then they did it at all the right times.
Coach, and then offensively, you bring back quite a few playmakers. Obviously, you have Terrell back, you get an experienced quarterback, you got a lot of those receivers back, and a pretty deep offensive line. What made that offense click this year, and what do you like about what you do have coming back?
I think what makes it click is just every person taking responsibility for themselves. We have a deep conviction here about 11-to-1 ratio that it takes 11 people to make a play work, and so there's the sole responsibility of a play happening falls on each individual. And so if they do their job, do it well, and then understand how to function within a group, that's what makes it click. And now, is there one point that happens? I can't necessarily say that, but I do know is that playing Dixie the week after Grand Valley State, which Grand Valley, you could see that the offense wasn't clicking. There's so much newness happening, so many new people starting, that you got to see that there's such a learning organization here that they quickly got themselves to the next week and said, let's just get better. And they focused hard on that week, and they began to click with those core plays we have, with the systems we believe are going to work for us and our people, and they bought into it. And so you got to see the real explosiveness come out of that Dixie game. The young guys that we did have starting, they were able to do their job well. And when you experience some success like that early on, I think guys are just hungry to do more, and then the belief goes up. So going forward, have the leadership that you did talk about. Having a senior quarterback and Nick Owens coming back off a medical red shirt is outstanding. He's an established winner. He's an established leader, and obviously Terrell for what he does, his leadership and his charismatic personality infects the whole group. They're ready to go to work. I saw guys walking into the weight room this morning, so that's outstanding. And so what you have more is the culture in this organization is, hey, let's get up the next morning and go to work. And no one's really trying to pat themselves on the back right now. They're very happy with the season. They're satisfied with it for what that time was and the opportunities we had, but they're ready to go to work. And then when we talk about here in our organization building champions while pursuing championships, that's what you want to see. Get up the next day, and the sun came up, go become a champion that day with everything that's in front of you. And it's happening. So I'm fired up for them moving forward.
Coach, looking back on a 10-win season, at what points in the year did you start to see this team really establish its identity?
Well, when you take a 10-win season, you don't say like, oh, let's get a 10-win season. You just say let's win each week. Every week is a season. So to see the success of a running game that we have, we believe in the running game here. We believe in great defense. We believe in great special teams. To see the passing game evolve that they did. I don't think there's any one point that you say, oh, now is our identity is this. I think what you saw, the identity that I perceived was I kept hearing the players talk about, hey, every week is a season. And so they just knew, let's just pour ourselves into this week. Let's pour ourselves into the daily job descriptions that we had to accomplish. And that's right there the identity you want to have. And I was fired up for them to see that. I mean, hearing the seniors, even the sophomores, freshmen, just talking about that and repeating it. Let's just go to work with this one day in front of us. That's how you build successful organizations, and everything that we've seen and understand and the research we've done, we're proud to see that it's infecting our group now, and they're ready to move on with the next day. So it's a fun group to be a part of. I'm proud of them.
What was the biggest impact this year's senior class had on your program this year?
Well, the senior class was built by a lot of 4-year starters, 5-year guys in the program. So they have seen the highs and lows of this program. They saw the transition. They've been in the heydays of the NAIA. We're doing well there, top 5 team in the country. But then they also saw the lows of the transition, and they also were able to have the experience in their belt of just climbing out of the valleys and what it took to climb out of the valleys. So now you have a senior group that they're sending those valuable life lessons and work ethic criteria to the rest of our new freshmen and the rest of the sophomores. So they're leading the way of understanding as guys. We don't. Our attitude is going to be right every day. It's not going to be dictated to us. We're going to decide and not ask permission to be great. And every single day they did that. They went after it. And this senior group, they're the tip of the spear as far as just leading that and that attitude that we have in our program.
What are some characteristics that you saw develop in your juniors, your sophomores, and even your freshmen?
Characteristics that developed in there? I think it's everything we just talked about. I think it's taking the cues from the senior leadership, taking the cues from the upperclassmen of this is how I have to work every day. I think where, sometimes today a young man can step into the program being a highly touted recruit, and sometimes you got to get over the fact of what happened in high school doesn't do anything for you right now. It was a great achievement. It's why we recruited you. But they saw from the leadership of the upperclassmen is that it is good just to go to work every day. It is good, that the equity they believe to have in the past of their high school experience doesn't have any currency value to what we have right now. And so I'm really proud of the transition they made to say, man, we just want to be a great teammate, and how well they were accepted by the program. And so the family atmosphere is the characteristic I think that will, if you spend time around us, probably defines us the most about, man, they truly do value that. And everybody in our team matters, and it doesn't matter playing time. It's just you are a valuable person if you're on this team, and we're going to find a way to appreciate you, and you're going to find a way to help this program.
All right, Coach, how closely are you going to be watching the Division II playoffs over the next few weeks, particularly Grand Valley State? They won their first-round game, and you open up with them next year.
I think where we are is we're going to try to keep learning and do as much as we can, and so that's why I'm anxious to watch the playoffs and to see how Grand Valley State does, but also to keep watching as much football as you can. I think for what I've kind of understanding and going in that, I guess if you look at my career record, is that I've seen both sides of the coins, and so what I've taken from the whole thing is that just keep learning, keep growing, keep researching, always keep pushing the envelope. So when I get a chance to see other programs and now playoff programs run their systems, how they prepare, I'm excited to learn from it and grow and do the research. So we'll see. I mean, I'm obviously as we set up a Grand Valley game for the following year, you want them to finish well. They're an outstanding program, and I want to see what happens as it grows, but there's a lot of good football out there, and man, that's what's exciting about Division II. Man, this is good, tough football, and I'm ready to just keep learning, and so does this program.
Well, Coach, you had a lot of individual records made this year, but also just it was a historic year, I think, for you guys, winning, GNAC championship and everything that you guys did. So it was not only individual records that you guys set, but it was just a whole team thing. Every member of this team, I think, had something special here in the history that they made. So how special is it for the overall program to just have such a historic year?
I think it's, anytime you're part of a historic year, that you're right, it is special. So how special? I'll speak for us. You love being a part of it, and it means it's a lot of fruit for your labor, and that's what anybody wants to see. They want to see some tangible success come out of what is an intangible effort of just the hours, the moments that nobody's watching, where you're sacrificing and doing the things necessary to be successful, to have some visible fruit from it, and for everybody to see in the win column and the record column that kind of success. It means it's satisfying, or it's validating. It's probably better. It's validating, but it's also one of the things that you go back to the whole program. They get to see is like, man, what the part that no one else sees. The behind the scenes work ethic, sacrifice, love, power, self-discipline that the program prides itself in, it does change. It does make a difference, and so that's what we're really excited about. I think that all these individual awards are just, they're outstanding, but really it's validating for the collective effort. And the guys that we do have receiving a lot of individual awards, they're well deserving. And I think they're also the humble, hungry guy that to be able to say, hey, I know it wouldn't happen without my teammates. This is a great organization, a great team. And so very proud to be a part of it, and very proud of the alumni. Very proud for this institution to experience its success. And we're looking to continue to press on the envelope and keep growing and get ourselves on the recruiting trail today and just get after it.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on a successful year.
All right, thank you very much.